In this AMA video, I'm going to talk about Microsoft Publisher, Canva and PowerPoint in terms of creating charts, tables, posters, those sorts of things. Which is the best, what's the benefits about each one, so that you can make your own decision. Now, I used to use Publisher quite a lot, but I haven't used it for years. So before this video, I did a quick bit of research, look at the reviews, look at what people were thinking about Publisher, so I can share that with you. So I think there's two things to bear in mind here. Number one is, what do you already have? So I'm a great believer in spending money in the right places and working smarter, not harder. So it's worth going and having a look at what you already have. So do you already have Publisher? Do you already have PowerPoint? The Canva has a free account. I have a free account, so I'm going to use that and show you what you can do on a free account on Canva. So you can kind of have a look at that, so you can decide about where you're going to spend your money. And the other thing is about time and making sure that you're spending your time really well. So not learning how to create charts and tables on Publisher, PowerPoint and Canva, because that's going to take you time, and your time is better spent elsewhere in building your business. So let's not get into creative rabbit holes where you just end up learning loads of technology and not actually putting anything out into the world and kind of hiding behind the learning technology badge, if you like. So what do you already know and what have you already got, and that can form some of your decision over what you're going to use. If you don't have Publisher, then you can purchase it as a standalone, or you can purchase it as part of a Microsoft Office 365 account. I personally have a plan with Microsoft 365 that doesn't include Publisher. So it depends. If you want Publisher, then here's some of the options. Here's some of the sort of older ones. You can get it for 20, 30 quid. The newer one is sort of, 80, 90 quid. You might be better going off for something like 365. Just check if you're going for the Office 365 option that it does include Publisher, if that is what you want. So I will go through a little bit of comparison as I go through this video with that. So Canva then, Canva has started doing presentations. This is quite a new thing in recently, so this is in 2021. So if you go into Canva and create a design, you've got presentation and you can select that, and it's got quite a lot of templates at the minute that you can use. I think they're kind of encouraging people to use this function. So if I just click on one of these, I think with Canva it's a very quick way to get a very professional looking presentation. So I'm just going to use this. There's 25 pages in this, so if I click this one, apply the 25 pages, then I suddenly have a very professional looking PowerPoint presentation that you can then adapt the colours, you can adapt the text, you can put your logo in and those sorts of things. And they have quite a good, depending on what you want to create there. If I want to create a chart or a table, then I can add those in. If I go into elements and I add it in chart here, then underneath here there's all sorts of different charts that I can use. Anything that doesn't have Pro written on it is in the free account. So as you can see, there are quite a few that you can use in free account. You would click on it, it would put it in, and then we have here a series of data that we can then change the details in order to change this chart. You can also change the colours up here so the chart matches. You can also then add a text heading and those sorts of things. So I can add a heading if I wanted and move that heading up so that I can have that at the top. I can change the size of this. So very quickly you can build a slide with your chart or your text or whatever you want, and then if you want to download it, you can click on this little icon here and we can download a specific page or all of it, and you can download in different formats. So you can download as a JPEG, you can download as a PNG, a PDF, those sorts of things. So you can download them in all the different formats that you want and build them quite simply into your slides. You can also, just adding in the presenting point, you can also present from Canva as well. So you can click on that and you can have a presenter view just like you can in PowerPoint. What I would say about Canva is pros and cons. I love how easy it is to build things in Canva. I also love the amount of templates that you get. You get a really good amount of range of templates and how easy you can make it look professional and on brand and those sorts of things, which are really good. The downside of Canva, I think, is Canva is all using the internet. So if you go somewhere and you want to present this particular presentation, for example, then you would need to use the internet to do that. So if there's any internet issues where you're going or internet drops out for any reason, then that's going to be a challenge in terms of using Canva to present this to an audience. So what's the other options then? PowerPoint. So I use PowerPoint quite a lot for my sessions. The reason for that is I've used PowerPoint for years. I know that really well. Again, PowerPoint have done a lot in terms of creating better templates. So now we have design ideas at the top. So say I created this slide and then you go to design ideas and it will give you all sorts of different ways that you could present that particular slide, which I think makes and see more designs. So you can create a very sort of professional looking presentation very quickly within PowerPoint now and sort of get your designs ready and create those. So there's really good templates now. You've come a long way with that. So how do we create charts within PowerPoint? Well, PowerPoint is part of the Microsoft suite. So if I add a new slide in here and I want to add a chart, if you already have a layout, then you just click this chart thing here. And if not, you can insert and then insert a chart. It's in design as well, I think. So it's just a matter of looking at where these options are. So we're going to add a chart. I'm going to add a pie chart. I'm going to choose 3D pie chart. So I'm going to do this. What that does is it brings up an Excel document, because the Excel document is the information. So I can add and edit this information in this chart, and that is linked, if I swap the screen, to here. So whatever information I put into that Excel document is now here. So there's a couple of options in terms of downloading this as a JPEG or a PDF. So if I wanted this pie chart, if I click on here and I right click, there's an option to save as picture. So if I save as picture, I then have an option just at the bottom here. I've got PNG, I've got JPEG, I've got PDF, all those sort of options here. So if I save that to my computer, I'm literally going to get this as an image. If I clicked here and put the pie chart title and I wanted to save the whole slide as an image, I could absolutely do that. So you click on the slide that you want, you go to File and then Export. And down here I will export as a JPEG, but you've got every slide or you've got current slides. If I do current slide and export, that will save that particular slide as a JPEG formula. So you could do it that way as well. So research into Publisher. From what I was having a look at, the advantage of Publisher is, number one, if you already, let me just delete this so that it doesn't save. So the advantage of Publisher, if you already know Publisher, Publisher has some really good features and it can create posters and things like that quite quick. So that's a good thing about Publisher. The downside, I think people are saying, is when you look at in comparison to Canva, they feel that Canva is a lot easier to create things in, and as well that they have more templates in Canva. I think the one plus side for Publisher is it comes with a PDF editor. So PDF is like the old-fashioned laminating. So if you took this document and turned it into a PDF, it is the effective way of sort of laminating that, so people can't edit it and change it. But sometimes somebody sends you a PDF and you do want to edit and change it, and Publisher has a PDF editor. So if you open that PDF in Publisher, then you'd be able to edit that PDF. So that's one of the benefits of Publisher. So I've talked about charts, I've talked about tables, and what about posters? I think for me, posters, I'd be going Publisher or Canva. So in here I can do A4 poster. So an A4, so we can have, you know, club posters, A4 document. So this would be an A4 poster, and again you've got loads of free templates, so I could just choose this one. It's a free one, but then I could change the image in the background, I could change these stars, I could change this text, this image, and I could make it quite quickly turn into something that is more me. So then I could go into downloads, I could delete this background image by clicking on it, and I could load up one of my images. So let's pick this one. I'm just picking one. But I could then put this in the background of this. So Canva, again, is quite simple in terms of posters, and creating posters will give you some ideas and some things that you can use and create quite quickly. And again, then you can download it, and that would download in PDF print. So that would be your A4 document poster done. You can use PowerPoint, and in the past I have used PowerPoint, but I think the quality, it's not really print quality, which is why Publisher existed in the first place, was because it was print quality. So I think I would either go with Publisher or Canva if I was doing a poster. I hope that's helped. I hope that's given you some different options and the differences between those three systems, so that you can go off and choose something that works for you. Let me know how you get on in the comments. And if you've got more experience with Publisher, do put it in the comments below. It'd be nice to sort of gather other people's feedbacks about these different systems, how you use them, what you like, and all of that. So do share your thoughts and your expertise in the comments if you wish.